Will you be surprised to see the crude oil prices for the Brent going up to 60 and WTI going up to 55 before November?
Yes, I would be surprised. After the run-up we've had, I think we have all the tailwinds behind us. We can start talking about all the ramp-up in productions that could happen in the U.S. They may not happen right now, but there's a forecast for 2018 to start out that way. That's when a lot of companies, put out their CapEx. So right now, at the end of the year, I think companies are trying to get through and finish 2017. There's a lot to be determined in Washington that may benefit the business. So I think they're waiting to see if that comes through. But I don't think really oil moves a whole lot from these levels. I think we're stuck. I'm surprised it's held above 50 as long as it has.
Yeah, so the crude oil market looks considerably different now than just a few months ago. And what factors matter most for now for the crude oil market from your point of view?
We've gotten OPEC. They've continued to do extensions on their production cuts. But again, as oil goes a little bit higher, it's going to be hard for them to foresee them holding to those cuts. And the U.S. production is at all-time highs. In fact, we're one of the biggest exporters out there right now. So there's ample supply here in the U.S. I don't think that's built into the price yet. I think there's a little bit of trepidation based on some of the numbers that we've had, the hurricanes that we've had. But if we're going to be such a large exporter, I think there's enough in the U.S. To meet any demand that we have or any demand increase that we have.
Because the U.S. rig counts drops to lowest level since July, and will you see this dropping in the drilling counts as a short-term thing, the short-term bullish?
Yeah, it's definitely short-term bullish, but I think it's built in already. As I said, I think companies have now forecasted for 2018, and they're going to take almost these 2 months off. I'm surprised at the rig counts based on where oil is. The longer it stays above 50, generally we see more rigs coming online than offline. But so it's an interesting dichotomy, but I got to think that oil is going to face some headwinds here. Everything's been behind them for so long that maybe I don't foresee it. I think it's the top end of the range.
So what do you see from the crude oil, the volatility index in 30 days?
Yeah, you look at the crude oil volatility index, it's definitely come in. We looked this time last year, it was about 55, so you go about a year ago. So what that's saying is that the market is okay with what's forecast and what all the presentations that OPEC makes and the U.S. rig counts and things, they're forecast pretty well into the now we just have to get the weekly inventories in line, and then we'll probably eliminate volatility altogether.